to my channel. In this video I'm going to do the regular monthly update that I do for our baby girl Freya. She is now 4 months old. I'm going to tell you everything about what has changed since last month to this month now that she is 4 months. Let's start with sleep. So in the last video when she was 3 months old I said that she was still sleeping on our bed during the day. She is now sleeping in her cot during the day, just not in a sleeping bag. She sleeps around 4 times a day, twice in the morning and twice in the afternoon. Also in the last video when she was 3 months old, I said that she would wake up once during the night at 2 o'clock in the morning. She now does not wake up during the night. She sleeps all the way through. She has a last feed at 9 o'clock in the evening, 9 p.m, and she doesn't wake up until between 5 and 6 in the morning, usually around 5:30 to 6 o'clock in the morning, and she does sleep in a sleeping bag at night. Sometimes she needs her dummy, sometimes she doesn't need her dummy, but if she does, then when she's asleep and it falls out of her mouth, I actually take it away and put it back in a drawer, and I only give it to her for sleep. She doesn't have any night light. She doesn't have a sound machine. She did have a portable sound machine and we were using that for the first couple of months, and from like 2 months old she wasn't even using it anymore. The thing is, I feel like this sounds really good, but there is a 4-month sleep regression and I don't know when it's going to hit, but fingers crossed it doesn't, but apparently every baby gets it. So we are waiting for the 4-month sleep regression to hit and not looking forward to that whatsoever. Now let's move on to the poop section. And in the last video when she was 3 months old, I said that there were no issues anymore and that she was in size 0 nappy still. Now at 4 months old, still no issues with her pooping, but she is in size 1 nappies now. Let's move on to feeding. So in the last video when Freya was 3 months old, I said that she was having between 2.5 ounces to 4 ounces every 2.5 to 3 hours. She is now still feeding every 2.5 to 3 hours, but she's now having between 4 to 6 ounces. We offer her a 6-ounce bottle. The one she had before I started filming was 4 ounces, but she can also have like 5.5 ounces. Sometimes we found that she's still feeding and there's literally nothing coming out of the bottle. So I'll go and do like another couple of ounces in case she's still hungry. But I think by the time I've done it, she then is just like, meh, don't want it now. We also, a few days ago on Sunday the 21st of September, started giving her food. Now, before anybody comments, I know if you go by the book you should wait until 6 months. Health visitors will say that your baby needs to be able to sit up, even against cushions, but without falling side to side. When Freya is in her high chair, because we have a cushion insert, she actually can't go side to side anyway. And when we do sit her on the sofa, for example, against cushions, she's actually trying to pull herself up. She is actually really enjoying being in a sitting up position. If she's playing and I've got her laid on the floor, she will not interact with her toys. But as soon as I sit her in the high chair, she will interact with those toys. So she's really enjoying being sat up. My mum actually started feeding me at 4 months old, but it's because apparently I was trying to grab people's food. So she knew I was interested and she thought, well, if you're interested, I might as well start you. We also have other mum friends. Some started at 4 months, some started at 5 months, some at 6 months. I think it just depends on your child and you know best. Mum, dad knows best. So just do what you think you should do, but make an informed decision. So we are being very careful. We're not going to do baby-led weaning right now. I'm not going to go giving her half of a banana saying here, nor on that. But we're starting with puree vegetables. We actually started on broccoli. She hasn't had anything else since, just broccoli. And we froze the rest into an ice cube tray. When she gets to 5 months, we'll probably then start moving on to the sort of sweeter stuff, so fruit. And then 6 months, we'll actually start with the allergens, dairy, meat, and basically everything else. And we're also going to do baby-led weaning from 6 months as well. I am also paediatric first aid trained, so I do feel like I am very confident, very comfortable with dealing with her if she chokes. I'm also fully aware that gagging doesn't always mean choking. Sometimes babies gag because they're trying to regulate the amount of food in their mouth, or they're trying to get used to the textures of the foods and just to generally be able to deal with solid food. So I know what gagging and choking looks like. I know what the difference is. I'm very confident and comfortable with what we are doing. That's that section. Now moving on to health. In the last video when Freya was 3 months old, I said that she had had her 12-week vaccinations. Now that she is 4 months old, she has had her 16-week vaccinations. I think I said in the last video that she had a red bum, but it wasn't causing her any pain or discomfort. It's still the same now, so it's very on and off. Sometimes she has a red bum, it's kind of spotty, no pain, no discomfort, and we'll put Sudocrem or Metanium on depending on how bad it is, but it will eventually go and then it will come back again. It doesn't seem to be bothering her. I just don't know why it keeps coming back. I said in the last video that I wanted to get her weighed again, so I got her weighed on Wednesday the 3rd of September. She was just under 4 months old and she weighed bang on 12 pounds. I took out the newborn insert in her car seat because I realised that the shoulder straps at the back of the car seat, they're supposed to be level with your baby's shoulders, and when I sat her in the car seat and I was reaching for the straps, I actually couldn't even see them. I had to pull her forward to get to the straps, so they were behind her back, which meant they were really tight on the shoulders. So the health visitor saw and was like, no, you need to take the newborn insert out now. So we took the newborn insert out and the shoulder straps are nicely in line with her shoulders. And then lastly for the health section, I just was going to say that she's not teething yet. I have got teething rings and I've put a few of them in the freezer. We've also got baby, child toothpaste and finger toothbrushes, which I've had since before she was even born, but they're in the drawer ready to go as well. Now let's move on to Freya's development at 4 months old, and I'm going to have to read my notes because my writing is too small, too scruffy, and there was quite a bit written down. In the last video when she was 3 months old, I said that I had bought her O-balls to try to help her start grabbing things because she wasn't actually able to hold on to anything. Now at 4 months, she will reach for the O-balls, she will grab hold of them with both hands and she will bring it to her mouth. So definitely highly recommend the O-balls. She also is now batting the hanging toys from her Fisher-Price kick and play mat. She is grabbing onto the toys. She also tries to hold her bottle when we feed her. The thing is, she can't hold it properly, so she puts her hand on it but actually ends up like with her hands pushing the bottle to the side of her mouth, but she'll get there in the end. At least she's trying. We've also noticed that sometimes when we wake up in the morning, she's facing the complete other way to how we put her in the cot. If we put her in the cot and her head was this side, we could wake up in the morning and her head is that side. And I'm like, how have you turned yourself around? On the 21st of September, she started rolling from her back to her front. The only thing is, she gets stuck right at the last moment where she just needs to move her left arm to get onto her actual front. She hasn't figured out how to get her left arm out the way or like how to bring it up so that she can finish the roll. We have noticed that her left arm tends to always be straight. We know she can bend it. We know there's definitely nothing wrong with it, and I already got a health visitor to check. But her right arm is obviously more dominant, so she doesn't do a lot with her left arm. It kind of just is straight a lot of the time. Last month, we actually saw her rolling from front to back, which is the easier way for babies to roll. And she did it a few times. I had it on video and everything. I actually have video evidence of her doing it. I think it's on my Instagram. And then she never did it again. I was like, I know you can do it because I have it on video, and it's not like she just did it once. She did it several times. Even family saw her doing it, and now she just doesn't do it. But then all of a sudden, a few days ago, she's decided to roll from her back to her front. I think I already said this, but she is trying to pull herself up into a sitting position. She also, once she is sat up, she will look all around the room. She looks everywhere. If she is on the sofa, leaning against the cushions, she will try with all her might and she will pull herself up into a sitting position. But the only thing is she hasn't quite figured out how to stop herself once she's sat up. So she still goes forward and ends up being face down. But obviously we don't sit her on the sofa unsupervised. We are around and we do make sure we keep checking that she hasn't done that. She is very, very vocal now. She is laughing. We're not at the point where it's like an actual chuckle or a baby giggle. She is smiling at other people now, and she also is still smiling at words that I say that I think she understands. Bottle, dummy, up, down. Words that I know I say a lot, she seems to smile at when I say them. So I think she does know what I'm saying, or she might not know what I'm saying as such, but it's a familiar word, so she's smiling at it. She has now started grabbing her feet and grabbing her own fingers. She smiles at herself in the mirror. Lastly, for the development section, at 4 months old, Freya still does not like tummy time. Moving on to the last section, which is clothing. In the last video when she was 3 months old, I said that she was finally in 0 to 3 month clothes. Apart from vests. She was still in newborn vests. I think she's just done a poop. She's woke up and she's done a poop. So luckily we are at the end of the video. But now at 4 months old, she is still in 0 to 3 month clothes, but she's also in 0 to 3 months in the vests as well. So literally everything is 0 to 3 months now. This is baby girl Freya. Hiya, baby. It's Freya. Oh, my baby girl. You my baby girl. Ready? Up. Down. Good girl. Oh, I love you, little scrunch. I love you, my little scrunch. That is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.